Hello all and welcome to the Late Night Hormone Talk Show. My name is Harry Hormone, I'll be your host for tonight, and we have a very special guest joining us. Everybody say hello to a Goody-related peptide. All right, hello. Thank you so much, Harry, for having me. I'm really excited to be here today. It's great to have you. All right, so Agouti, can I call you Agouti?
Yeah.
Great. Let's sit. So, Agouti, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Not many people know much about you. That's right, Harry. My work is more popular than I am. Everybody gets hungry, but no one gives me any recognition. I mostly live in the shadow of ghrelin, the most well-known erexogenic. But in reality, I pitch in my fair share of effort too. I work a lot with neuropeptide Y to stimulate food intake. We've gotten pretty close over the years. I've worked with ghrelin before, a great guy, to stimulate feelings of hunger and food intake. What many people don't realize is that our bodies have incredible measures to ensure that we are receiving proper and consistent nutrition. It's basically a huge negative feedback loop. Every hormone, protein, and neuron working together to maintain homeostasis. What's really important to understand is that all these pathways and hormones have the same effect, but the redundancy is a protective measure. It's pretty cool. So I hear you have another upcoming collaboration with leptin and insulin. What are they like to work with? How does that compare with your work with ghrelin and MPY? Interesting. So can you go more into your role in the body? What does a typical day look like for you? Harry, I am glad you asked. I've been working with leptin and insulin for some time now. My time with them is very different from when I get together with ghrelin and MPY. To be honest, whenever leptin and insulin come around to the arcuate nuclei at elevated levels, it's just exhausting. I need a nap. The energy is great, but it's a little much for me. It's easier when we meet up when they're at lower levels. That will activate the anabolic pathway in which I'm a part of. From there, I'll go ahead and get to work with NPY in the same way I would if I had been stimulated by ghrelin. This is another example of the protective measures I was talking about. So it's pretty much the same pathways and end result, just different ways of getting there. Sure, like I said, I work a lot with NPY and ghrelin. My day typically begins with a signal from ghrelin. He's not a big texter, so he'll use the vagus nerve to communicate. A little old school, but it works. He'll usually let me know when the stomach is empty and it's time to get to work. At this point, I'll usually have just woken up, so I'm still chilling in the arcuate nuclei. My cellmates POMC and Cart are there too, but they go to work around the time my shift ends. Once I get the signal from ghrelin, I meet up with NPY and we head over to the paraventricular nucleus of the hypothalamus. I'm an antagonist of the melanocortin 4 receptor, so I block it from accepting any hormones that might want to slow food intake. This one is an indirect method, but NPY is a bit more direct than I am. She directly signals the PVN to evoke feeding. Once enough food has been consumed, I'll head home until ghrelin hits me up again. Sometimes on the way back, I'll see alpha MSH, a product of POMC, heading to the PVN to bind to the MCR4 receptor I was just at. It's a small brain. All right, well that's about all we have time for. Is it lunchtime yet though? I am starving. Yeah, I tend to have that effect on people. Actually, I think I've got a little snack on me somewhere. Here you are. Thanks. Agouti, I just want to say thank you again for being here tonight. You've been great. No problem, Harry. It's my pleasure. Really. All right, well, thank you everyone for tuning into tonight's show. Next week, we will be hosting our very own cholecystokinin. She's small but mighty, and you won't believe what she can do to your gallbladder. All right, again, I'm your host, Harry Hormone, and this has been the Late Night Hormone Talk. Thank you.